strictly to this game capture, which should hopefully work. We hope. Nope, it's not going to. Just going to switch that back then. That's fine. There we go. Okay. And I believe in a second we will be live. Just going to do this so then I don't have to keep on switching over. And we are live on the DRS channel as well. Hello to everybody in chat. Ladies and gentle cunts. Very happy to be hosting. Good evening, Bazza. How is it going? Yep, we're in Australia. We are down under for this race. It's why it's so late at night, actually. That's the main reason. So, I think we've got 18 drivers on the grid today. Really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Where's your hair gone? Where's your hair gone? Swanton, I thought I'd take after my idol, Vin Petrol. I even polished it just like you did, sir. Now, as you can see, we are looking down the pit lane. We are going to turn a little bit of detail on here. Let's make sure we've got lap data, track map, and broadcast. There we go. Thank you very much, Baz. I'm looking forward to doing it. It's been a while since I've been on comms. You're Vin Petrol the second. I don't understand how I can be like a B-Tech of a B-Tech, but hey, I'll take it. Like, I mean, everyone's noticing. The shine is shining. George saying all that baby oil in chat. Thank you very much, good sir. Also, we've already got the first time saying cunt out of the way, so that takes all the pressure off. From here, it's smooth sailing. So, like I was just saying on just before we moved on, I was just saying how last week we had Mr. Joker winning around Monaco. I think it was Swanton's second. So it's a very good performance from Joker. Something that I'm hoping to see again today. He had some real pace around here last time he raced. So let's see what he's got in him. First out on track, though, is the new boy on the block. Deceded. Or Deceded. Deceded. I haven't decided on what his name is. Jordan Maslin. Hello, good sir. Welcome in. How is it going, you old cunt? Hey, El Guerrero, how's it going, man? Can't hear. George says he can't hear the game. Got it. There we go. That should fix the issue. There we go. Yep, I know you guys can hear it now. Perfect. Oh, I've lost the DRS chat now. Apologies. Technical issues here. But we do have DC'd out on a pair of softs. You know what? We can actually see his fuel here. So let's have a little look into that. He's got running 2.8 laps. So a little bit. I think that's a little bit over. Unless that's not accurate. And then I am completely wrong. Support our Max. Thank you very much, King Kong. Cheering for you today, dude. Let's hope for a good result. Let's hope for a good one. But here we go, starting the first quali lap around Australia. DC'd coming into turn 1. Is he going to hit the apex here? Perfect. And actually takes a lot of that runoff curb. That is absolutely beautiful. Now down the first of 4 DRS straights around this track. Coming into this sharp, slightly over 90-degree corner. Mounting the curb there. Getting on the power nice and early around the first sector. I think this could be a good time right away. Let's see what he does in the first sector. It's purple. Who would have guessed it, hey? Okay, let's see what else he's got in him. Does he have a bottle in him? Is he a bit like Mr. Senna or Mr. Pickle? George with the prime in chat. Thank you very much, good sir. And now along the second DRS straight, the back straight as I will be calling it. Now into this quick little left-right flick. Takes a lot of curb there, but that's what you need to do around here. Come on. Thank you very much, George. And now into sector 3. Little tight, twisty section. Let's ride on board and see what he can do. Beautifully placing the car through there. Let's see what he's got in him. Around the final corner. Was previously very easy to step out on other games, but not so much in this one. And DC'd across the line with a 17 flat. Very nice lap there. Project Ty just behind him with an 18.3. Just shows that lap from DC'd was another level. Project Ty with a good banker though. A good banker lap there. And Mr. Pickle, third overall. Mr. Pickle, known for being washed, almost crashes on his in-lap. I mean, it all goes hand in hand, doesn't it? It really does go hand in hand. You know what, we're going to follow Sime across the line. El Guerrero jumping up to P2 there. I see you there, Guerrero. Still 1.1 behind DC'd though. What's Sime got in him? He's got that new wheel. Let's see if it helps. 4/10 behind DC'd. That's good going. That is good going there. Cool, listen to him go. Thank you very much, Mr. Maslin. And Senna! Senna jumps up to the top of the leaderboard with a 17 flat. Slightly ahead of DC'd and a great lap by the man in the Kick Sauber. Hey, Maslin, Kick Sauber doesn't lose you time. You see that? Just had to get one slight in there. And Jax Daniels actually jumps up to the top. We're having a very, very exciting quali session here. Next across the line, I believe, is... That looks like an Alpine. It's Late Bloomer. Late Bloomer with a 17.2. Puts in P4 so far. Some really good first laps by some people here. It's looking like it's going to be a tight one at the top, which is exactly what we want. Really helps me for the lack of experience on comms. Exciting races will make up for it. Okay. Have we got... Is that the McLaren of Mr. Sloth coming around the last corner? Yes, it is. Great guess. Sloth now coming to the line. He's not got the quickest time here, but it was good enough for 13th. Not the quickest lap time that we've seen Sloth pull out of the bag. It's Colin across the line next. I think this is Colin starting a lap. Shall we sit on board? I think we shall. Colin, through the first corner, takes a nice bit of that curb. You can tell he's on controller because everything is very, very smooth. Coming down into turn 3 and 4 now. Let's see what Colin's got. A little bit of understeer going into that corner. Just swayed a little bit wide there. It's not what you want to see if you're in the Red Bull team. Helmut Marko is probably thinking of giving this guy the sack at this point. And unfortunately, I don't see the weather. But it doesn't look like it's going to be wet in quali. And I'm not sure if it's going to be wet in the race. Colin will be praying for it. As we have a Fawawe, as the good old mad granddad would say. And Colin invalidates there. Unlucky for Colin, but I don't think he was improving much on his lap. Okay, let's see. We've got Mr. Pickle on a lap, already 1.5 up. That doesn't seem right, because he is not even crossed the first sector line. Nico saying no rain in chat. Thank you very much, Nico. Let's see what Pickle's got in the first sector. 3 seconds down on his time. I mean, Pickle. Pickle, Pickle, Pickle. I thought I taught you better than this, my sir. My son. My sir? Oh, sorry. Okay. Next across the line, I believe we might have Joker. Nope, pulling into the pit. Who do we have next? I mean, it's Pickle. It's not going to be a quick lap from the lad. He doesn't seem to have the pace so far. And we do have yellow flags in Sector 2. I believe that is 50 Gent getting out of the way of Project Ty or Senna. But I will have to see. Another yellow flag in Sector 2. But it's in the middle of the straight. I'm really hoping that that's not a crash, because that'd be quite embarrassing for whoever it is. Anyway, I do believe we have Senna about to start a lap. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump on board with the Pro-Am winner from last week, Project Ty. Show us around a lap, sir. Missing the apex slightly there, but using the runoff. It's what you need to do. Or using the, yeah, I guess the runoff. That works. Now coming into turn 3, touching that apex nicely there. Little bit of understeer, a little bit wide from there as well. But it is looking like a relatively clean lap to start off with. He is up on his first time as well, so that's good going so far. And just invalidates there. Damn. Those track limits are really difficult through there. 5% rain, El Guerrero says. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Very helpful to know these things. You know what? We'll jump on board with the other Kicksauber, who almost invalidates there, but just about manages to save it. Let's see what Senna's got in him. He didn't have the best of weekends, or best of weeks last time, but he's purple through Sector 2. 2/10 down, though. Is he using his DRS a bit differently? Is that why he's down? Or is he just a little bit washed? Is it the pressure? Is it the pressure? We'll have to see. Now, we have Senna coming through Sector 3. Nice and close to that curb there. Let's see what he's got through the penultimate turn. Going into the final one. And he pulls into the pits. He heard me. He heard the calls of washed. And he knew what he must do. D-Seed next across the line. What's D-Seed got? It's at 16.4. We have a new provisional pole time here. And Smug Git jumping up to P10. Outskirts of the... Well, just 1 point for him. But let's see what else Smug has got. Hopefully that's not the last we see of him this quali session. Next. Do we have anyone on a lap at the moment? Do we have the Ferrari of Jax Daniels on a lap? Because that's a lap that I'd like to see. And he invalidates. He invalidates. I'm not sure if he did it just there. But he has invalidated a lap that was 2/10 up. He's wearing through those tyres. So he needs to be very careful here. Other than that, we might have Rogue Nico on a lap just behind him. Yes, we do. 5/10 up is Rogue Nico. Coming into Sector 3. Not invalid. So hopefully Nico can get a good lap time in. I'm thinking this could jump him up to, I reckon, around where Mr. Pickle's sitting. It's a bit of an embarrassment for Pro-Am Pickle, but El Guerrero, very close. El Guerrero and Rogue Nico, very close there. Very close indeed. Rogue Nico the GOAT, says George. Absolutely agreed. Now, let's see who else we've got on a lap. I think that's Al Newt on a lap now. It might be... Nope, Al Newt pulling into the pits. You know, it's more difficult than this... it's more difficult than it's more difficult than it looks, this comms thing. Blobby does a really good job of it. Easy Life jumping up to P17 there. And I believe Late Bloomer starting a lap. But what we want to look at is Mr. Joker, who's also 2/10 up again and is invalidated, I believe, again. It's not what we want to see from Joker. Not at all. Our last week's race winner, currently in P4. But we've got some new some different people coming across the line now, I think. Mr. King Kong, who's taking an excursion across the grass. Steinsy? Nope, Mr. Pickle, next across the line. Touches the grass for some reason. I've seen a couple of people do that. And doesn't improve. Pro-Am Pickle is back in the mud. Pro-Am Pickle back in the mud. And he even cuts the first corner. Naughty, naughty. Okay, Project Tie with an 18.3 there. Specialist around Monaco. Not having the same luck in Australia. Let's see. Easy Life is coming in. Late Bloomer. We know he's on a lap. Late Bloomer. What has he got in him? Has he got the minerals for a top 5? Yes, he does. 4th for Bloomer. Only 6/10 behind D-Seed. It's quite a big gap now. D-Seed putting in that second lap and kind of putting in a bit of daylight between everyone else. Ugh, I need a drink. Didn't realise how dry my mouth could get. Perfect. We don't have water, chat, so no midstream, or well, between quality entertainment, I'm going to have to run off and grab some water, as I am struggling. But we will struggle through, all for DRS. Did Project Ty across the line this time? Is he going to put in a valid lap? Yes, he does. Project Ty jumps up 2 positions. 18-1 there. Nice little lap for the Kick Sauber boy. Is he on another one? I think he might be pushing just as hard on this second one from the way that the tail wagged out there. And it's an Alpine across the line. Swanton starting a lap. Let's see, who else have we got? I think that was El Guerrero. Nope, not El Guerrero. The card colours are so difficult to tell which one's which. Not used to having to spot them. Okay. Smug's on a lap. You know what? We'll ride on board with Swanton. Vin Petrol himself. Let's see what the shiny-headed man has got in him. Or not. He's not actually on a lap. Looks like he's doing a second out lap here. Battery at 100%. So, taking it easy on this one. But I think the first person to go on their final run is going to be El Guerrero. What does the V-Car boy have? I think that we could see something slightly special here from El Guerrero. No pressure, but I'm hoping for some nice laps. Nicely touching the curb there. Very wobbly on the rear. Might be a low downforce setup. Let's see what he can do through the first sector. These look like nicely taken corners to me. El Guerrero could be on for something here. Got a yellow flag in sector 2 as I believe that's Senna going slowly. Let's see what he's got. Oh, we've had a retirement from late bloomer. I believe that's in the pits. So I'll rein back my excitement. So El Guerrero 2/10 up at the moment. This could put him ahead of Pro-Am Pickle. Just saying. I think this is actually... Nope. Not Smug coming across the line. Ignore me. Okay. So. Late blue... El Guerrero even. Oh, big tank slapper. And he's put it in the wall. The wall has collected him. This might affect Smug on his lap just behind. Let's see what Smug's got. Has it affected his lap at all? Or has he kept his foot planted? Are we going to see a little penalty for a yellow flag? And Smug jumps up to P9. Matches his teammate, King Kong. Very nice lap time there. Okay, next across the line, I think we've got an Alpine of Swanton. Swanton across the line. Jumps up to P3. Just a little bit ahead of Senna. Nice stuff there from the Baldy. Syme now starting his lap. I think Rogue Nico across the line next. P15 for Rogue Nico. Provisional P15. D-Seed retires. D-Seed thinks he's done enough. Let's see if he actually has. But now, coming down the start-finish line, it's Senna. Does he have anything in this last sector? Nothing to give. Senna P4 so far. And I think we've just got a load of people starting laps now. Yes, we do. Jax Daniels invalidates again. This is heartbreaking for Jax. Really expected him to be up there after that first lap. But he hasn't been able to put one together since. 50 Gent retires. I think we saw 50 Gent off in some smoke there. If we ride on board with Colin, we'll see the, well, the wall that he went into. Oh, Colin, that's naughty. No. 50 Gent not having a good time. P19 in quali. Not a good moment. George says, DC'd ego retiring. Let him cook. Rogue Nico now across the line. No improvement. And that is the checkered for him. Joker has invalidated, like I said. Senna isn't improving. Swanton getting out of the way of other cars. Mr. Pickle now across the line. What's Pickle got in him? P2 for Pickle! What a lap! What a lap! I didn't see a second of it, but what a lap! Where's he pulled that out from? Jumps ahead of Jax Daniels. That is what I wanted to see, Pickle. Proud dad moment right there. Jax Daniels just been pipped there by Mr. Pickle for the P2. But it is D-Seed who is the man of the hour. He dominated that qualifying session. And it seems like that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. So we see the Red Bull boys push Colin's car back into the pits. What an exciting qualifying session. D-Seed a mile away at the top. Reminds me of someone that I know, actually. But Mr. Pickle just pipping Jax, Colin, and Swanton. And you know what? Senna as well. He can be included in that. For P2. All very close. Late bloomer as well. Very, very nice little lap there from him. Now, I'm going to just work out who is our Pro-Am leader. Or, well, our Pro-Am pole. Driver lineup. There we go. So, yep, our Pro-Am pole is Late Bloomer. Thanks for the thanks for the shout out. Anytime, Mr. Plaster. Late Bloomer with the Pro-Am pole of 17 flat and D-Seed 6/10 ahead with a 16.4. Now, who was second at the Pro-Ams? I believe that would be King Kong and Sloth? No, Sloth is not a Pro-Am. I apologise. But, good evening, Teflonso. How's it going, dude? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go run and grab some water because I didn't realise how thirsty commentating makes you. So, I will see you in just 1 second. Some guy called Reese says, I'm not having fun, I'm breaking one of your rules. Okay, you do you, man. You do you. Not too bad, that's what we like to hear, dude. That's what we like to hear. We've had a very exciting qualifying session there. Mr. Pickle pipping Jax for P2 there. Very, very impressive. From the Pro-Am, Jax Daniels. Now that is something to bear in mind. And also apologies, because it wasn't Late Bloomer that got pole. It was Jax Daniels. He got Pro-Am pole in P3. Now, I don't know a Pro-Am when I see one. I'm no Swanton when it comes to picking team selections. I'll just say that. But that is quite a stonking lap time from the Pro-Am boy. But then again, we did see him invalidate 2 laps, so I'll stay sharp about that. But yeah, P1. So well, P1 for Pro-Am, Jax Daniels. P2 for Late Bloomer, and I believe P3 for King Kong. I think maybe it's Tesco, you silly cunt. I know who it is. He's defo pro pace. No, he's not, mate. No, he's not. Let's not be silly here. Anyway, I'm not getting involved in the politics, or Swanton will come and shine my head. That's not a euphemism. But anyway, last week in Monaco, for anyone that didn't see, we saw Joker winning a race. I think he's starting P5 today. No, Joker's starting P9. So big old difference there in what's happened. Most of the drivers looking like they're going to start on mediums from the looks of it. Mediums or hards. No soft runners, which isn't really surprising. This track does just eat through the tires. But it's going to be a very close battle up at the front. I think D-Seed, as long as he doesn't make a mistake like last week, he could definitely pull away with it here. And we don't want that, because people who pull away with races, get them out. Get them out. We had Senna, I believe, our second place. Well, who was second place in quali last time, in sixth this time. Bit of a drop from what we come to expect from him. And the boy, Mr. Pickle, up in P2. Look at him go. On the other end of the grid, we've got 50, Easy, and El Guerrero all together. I'm not sure how close the lap times were, but I'm sure it will be close. Oh, perfect. They've gone to commercials on the stream. You can drink water. Your forehead is flashbanging me. Can you cover it? Thanks, Reese. Oh, and we are go for the formation lap. We are go. Let's see what these boys have got on there for tyres. And it's all mediums throughout the top 10. King Kong straying off the strategy with hards in P11. And the next set of hards in P14 on the Williams car assigns he. And wrapping up the grid on the hards is El Guerrero. Now we've got D-Seed taking it slow through here. Taking it slow, warming up his tyres. The Haas car leading away the pack for, I believe, the second time. I believe he was also our pro, or our pole sitter, in Monaco as well. I'm going to go to just check my facts there.
Get the Google Pixel 9 Pro with Google One AI Premium on EE's Full Works plan. It comes with Gemini Advanced.
Sorry, Gemini Advanced?
Yeah, it's Google's AI to help simplify daily tasks.
Can it help me write my emails?
What about summarising my reports?
You betcha.
And you can save £623.
That's why tech lovers choose EE, the UK's best network. Offer ends 30th of January.
Savings across contract. Eligibility, credit check and terms apply. Credit by EE Limited. Verify best network at ee.co.uk/claims. Gemini Advanced requires internet. Check responses for accuracy.
Is what I'll call him. He's always there. He's always sniffing around somewhere. It's not always at the front, but it is always for points. Always finishes, does that man. I can tell you about that. But anyway, we pull around the final corner. D-Seed getting those tyres nice and heated. Mr. Pickle looks like he's ready and raring to go. Let's see what our camera angle is going to look like. It looks like we're going to be stuck with one at the back of the grid. So I'm going to make the decision to sit on board with third place. That's what I'm going to do. D-Seed actually invalidates on his parking, I believe. But we are going to sit on board with Jax Daniels as we have some absolute, technical term, wank camera placements here. Baz says, good luck, everybody. I will say my usual, GG's, have fun. And we are going to sit on board with Jax. Here we go. As the light sequence starts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start your engines. And they're away. Jax looking like he's got a very nice start compared to D-Seed there. D-Seed has actually... No, he hasn't D-Seed. Into the first corner. Pickle up the inside. Goes side by side with D-Seed. Very, very close there. Bit of argy-bargy as they come to the third corner. Can Pickle hold it up the inside? very, very close between the front two here. Pickle does succeed that position, and they form into an orderly queue. Let's see who has lost the most positions from that start. Our top 10 completely stagnant. Smug Git up one position as we have a little bit of battling down at the bottom. But what we really want to see is the battling up at the front. Jax Daniels looking racy on the rear end of Pickle here. Let's see if the Ferrari has anything in him. Let's see what he's got. Now everyone's seeming to stay in some sort of train here. Bit of a defensive move there from Jax to ward off Colin. As I think, is that Smug looking for a move up Al Newt? Yes, it is. But no moves on this first lap unless El Guerrero was going to go for one there. And that would have been very brave. Very brave indeed. DC'd now, moving quite a lot there. Trying to break that slipstream for Pickle. DC'd moving back across to the racing line. Pickle won't like that. And they maintain their positions going in here. Believe Syme right on the back of Bloomer. Or he was for a second, not anymore. As we see another lap. Oh, very close for Joker there on the back of Syme's wheel. But they managed to stay just about apart. Now the real question is, how is Pickle's run going to look off this corner? What has he got? Very nice run there. He's going to have DRS down this back straight as well. So this will be Pickle's first opportunity to take the lead of the race other than the first corner, which he fumbled. As we see around the outside there, Mr. Pickle in the Williams. Good stuff there. And Jax Daniels looking racy behind these two. I don't think he's going to be content with just the Pro-Am win. He wants it all. No movement in the background. Actually, we have a little bit of side-by-side running there, as I believe Easy Life just defending from El Guerrero. Very nicely done there. Mr. Pickle still in the lead. Surprising, he has a bottle in him. Let's see if he can stay composed here. Colin and Jax very close here. Colin has a little nibble up to the inside, but nothing's going to come of that. And Pickle leads his first lap of the season, I believe. And closing the door there very, very nicely. DC'd poking a nose, trying to make him defend a little bit, but Pickle making him work for it. And actually, Jax has got quite close to the back of DC'd here. This will be very exciting. But also, Colin very close to the back of the Ferrari. I think Pickle could be under a little bit of danger. In a bit of danger here. Jax right on the back of the house. He's going to tuck in. And nothing doing through the first DRS straight. But this is double DRS. So even if DC'd overtook there, he would have maintained the lead. And DC'd sending one up the inside. It looks very deep, but he might have made it work. No! Pickle gets a switchback. There's a little bit of a touch there. Little bit of argy-bargy through that section of corners, but they managed to keep it all on track. That's the main thing. Very aggressive defending there by Pickle. DC'd just overestimating his brakes. And now we still have Jax behind them. He looks very dangerous back there. Colin maybe giving them a bit of space, but he's being put under a bit of pressure by Swanton here. DC'd up the inside for the lead and makes it stick this time. I feel like these two are going to be swapping all race long. Pickle, again, very close to the back of Jax after losing that position, but still the top 8 all within a second of each other. This makes for a very nice race. This track is one that you can't escape from DRS very easily on, as we have, well, as we can see. And here we go around the outside. Pickle, Jax and Pickle side by side through there. Pickle, nice amount of space. It's respectful racing. That's what we want to see. And they've lost just a little bit of time there from DC'd. So Pickle needs to make sure he's on the back of him. Jax looking very racy so far. Oh, and DC'd has spun. D-Speed in the wall. Loses his front wing. And our pole sitter, 2 weeks in a row, fumbles. Is it on the same lap? It might be. But Mr. Pickle will capitalise and take P1 back from D-Seed. Oh, no. Oh, no, indeed. As Pickle holds the lead now, he'll feel like a little bit of that pressure is gone, but only the pressure of keeping up. He now has the pace. Didn't know Fizz fumble raced here. Absolutely, mate. Oh, and Jax didn't get a good run through there. I think he touched a bit of the gravel, so he'll be struggling through there. As we jump on board, what are we going to have? We'll keep penalties up for the time being. I feel like, you know, especially with Pickle, he likes a penalty at this phase of the race. As Colin gets really close there, and Senna is going to have a look. Senna being squeezed there by Colin. What has he got? Oh, and we've got... Oh, we might have had a big crash at the back. What has happened there? King Kong out. King Kong's car, well, the remains of his car splayed across the track. Both of the Haas boys right at the back as well. Do we have anyone with any other damage? Yes. Project Ty with... Is that one of his end plates missing? I don't think we've got anyone else with damage. Pretty much everyone now pulling into the pits, apart from Late Bloomer. Late Bloomer sticking out there on his new tyres, or on his 5-lap-old mediums. El Guerrero as well. 2 of our Pro-Am drivers staying out. Very interesting strategy here. Pickle and pretty much everyone else up to 12th pits onto the hards. And let's see what else we're gonna end up with. King Kong, I know you were in the stream earlier, mate. If you could let us know what happened, that'd be very useful. Unfortunately, we don't have an instant replay just yet. Yeah, just let us know. And you know what? Just for now, we're gonna have a little look here, and just notice on lap 1 and lap 2 corner cutting for D-Seed. So one more of those and he will get a penalty. Same thing for Colin, exceeding track limits. So I feel like we've got quite a few drivers on warnings. And one name that I don't see here, really surprising, is Mr. Pickle. Pickle keeping it nice and controlled so far. Up in P3. Oh, as they all meet the back of the safety car, which is always a daunting moment as the cars go from 200 miles an hour to 60. Or whatever the safety car does. It feels like 60. Maybe 40. As Easy Life and Project I meet the back of the pack. Now I'd imagine we will be ready to go after the next lap. Like I said, Mr. King Kong, there we go. If you could let us know what happened, that would be very useful. Obviously, last week, not your week by the looks of it as well. Just actually, sorry, P3 for you last week, King Kong. So I'm taken aback. P3 and the last of the finishers. So let's see what the lads have got here. Findsy with a 10-second penalty. Has he tapped the back of somebody there? Yes, he has. He's got damage. And with the safety car, I'd imagine being in this lap, that is not what you want if you're Findsy. It's not what the Pro-Am driver would want for his championship here. Be a real struggle. And unfortunately, it looks like it might be one of those races for him. One person that it will be interesting to see here is D-Seed. Luckily, with that safety car there, he's regained a couple of positions on the grid. He has had his wing changed, so it'll be interesting to see if he can carve his way up from P13 Seems to have the quali pace, but when it comes to race pace, he just seems to have... how do I put this? He seems to have a bit of a bottle in him. Is the brutal way of saying it. And safety car, as suspected, in this lap. Late bloomer to lead them off. I don't know if I've ever seen late bloomer do a safety car restart before. So we will ride on board and see what he's got. Keeping it very consistent at, you know, around 50. I like this so far. I'm just going to watch it because we know how some safety car restarts can be. A little bit stop, start, stop, start. Tesco's alt account. What, good in quali, bad in the race. Absolutely. But we get underway. Keeping it very consistent at 50 here. The safety car does look to be in, so he could go anytime from now. And he goes. Late bloomer goes. Lets it rip. Pickle caught a little bit on the back foot there, but not as much as Senna was. Senna 1.1 behind Colin. That's not going to be very helpful. And El Guerrero going wide there. Pickle going through straight away. I think El Guerrero just letting him by the looks of it. And we've still got the safety car graphic, which is absolutely beautiful. Now El Guerrero defending from Jax Daniels. This will work perfectly for Pickle, but it won't work very nicely for Jax. Jax will want to get past instantly, but these guys are racing for position here. They are Pro-Am drivers at the end of the day, but it looks like El Guerrero just pulls out of the way. And 2 3-second penalties there. Projectile and Rogue Nico going through that little right-left. Both picking up a 3-second penalty, so there we go. We've got our first set of penalties. There's El Guerrero really struggling here. El Guerrero off the track again and dropping down from 2nd to 8th already. Already passed by his teammate. But that's not the battle we want to see. We want to see if Pickle can keep up with Late Bloomer here. But Jax Daniels really has some pace today. Jax Daniels, our Pro-Am leader. Oh, sorry. Second place in the Pro-Am at the moment. Seems to have the pace as DRS gets enabled. Now, let's see what we've got going on back here. Nothing that crazy going on. Not for that corner. But I think Senna is looking for a move on Colin. And he's going to send it. Colin defends the inside and just blocks off Senna there. Swanton behind thinking, come on lads, get on with it. As El Guerrero drops down even more positions. And here we go. We've got a real cluster of cars here. This will be very nice to watch. As Swanton goes a little bit wide there. That's going to allow Syme to have a look up the inside. Let's see what he's got. But I think at the front, Pickle going up the inside. Jax around the outside. We could see a sandwich here. They need to be very careful as Pickle holds the lead through here. Very nice racing from these three at the front. So we have a big gap. Senna making it past Colin eventually. Syme staying ahead of Swanton after we saw. But Colin is going to defend it maliciously. Very, very hard defending there from Colin. That's his style. And doesn't manage... Well, keeps Syme behind, which is what I'd imagine he'd want. It's my favourite position to be in. You know, just one car behind, one car ahead. Or 2 cars behind. In control, though. As I'm sure Colin is feeling. Colin looking up the inside as he lifts a bit there, actually. A little bit of a lift. And I'm still watching at the front, making sure Jax and Pickle are playing nicely as Syme and Swanton slivers up the inside of Syme and takes back that P6 that he lost in that exact play, or just a couple corners later on the last lap. Jax Daniels with a 3-second time penalty now. That's not what we want to see, and we saw that Pickle didn't have any warnings so far. Swanton sliding up the inside of Colin there. Very nice move, but this is all allowing Senna to get away. Bazza will be cheering on in chat, I'm sure. And actually, Senna with what seems to be a very draggy car in a straight line. Colin struggling here, and Swanton might be looking for a move here. Apologies, Jax Daniels has just taken the lead from Mr. Pickle, but with that time penalty, he's going to need to pull 3 seconds to the Williams. Late Bloomer, you know what? This has been a really good drive from Bloomer so far. He has held those tyres really, really well. especially from these very quick pro boys behind him. Mr. Pickle looking very racy still, right on the back of Jax Daniels here. And there we go. Swanton passes Senna, and Senna might have had a little bit of a bad run through there. I think he went off track. I believe he might have gone off track there, maybe coming together with Swanton through the first corner. It's not an easy one to make work, so he does a good job through there. And luckily, it doesn't look like he's got any damage. So hopefully he can make sure, well, keep his head on and keep his foot down. Late Bloomer still in DRS, I'd just like to say. El Guerrero now picking up a 3-second time penalty. We're going to switch the details onto penalties now, as we're getting a couple more throughout the race. Now Sloth getting past Rouge Nico, who also has a 3-second penalty. Sloth trailing a little bit, but DC'd gets past and is up to P11 now. I think he's at, yes, DC now at the back of the train that we were watching just a little bit earlier. Swanton pushed him off, says Bazza. It'll be interesting to see what comes of that. A little bit naughty from Swanton, our steward. Anyway, we've got Mr. Pickle very close to Jax here. I think Pickle will want to make a move on Jax, but he doesn't get the run out of the second corner. Now, Late Bloomer could put in a little bit of a shift here for his teammate. Do a little swap position and then back off and really put the anchors onto a sector like this, or maybe the third sector, somewhere where they can't overtake. And I'm sure Swanton would really appreciate that, especially if he has any penalties coming his way. There is a possibility that we might see some movement through here. Jax Daniels getting overtaken by Pickle, and Pickle taking that race lead back. He wants it. They're trading DRS, but that looks like it could have been a off-track moment there for Pickle, so he needs to be very careful with those, as we saw how it ruined his race last week. Swanton defending from Colin. Senna will be very, very hungry for that position now. And look at that, Senna absolutely hitting the apex there, whereas Colin having a little bit of a wobble, as we see Late Bloomer pit now. Given Swanton the DRS, so this could still work for Swanton. He will struggle in the next straight, I believe. Oh, no. He'll still get it in the next straight, so it'll be interesting to see how Swanton's pace is without the DRS. I believe he did catch Late Bloomer without it, so it's a good shift already. DC'd up to P9 now, I'd just like to say. Getting past, getting past Sloth and overtaken Late Bloomer as he went into the pits. And now we've got Jax Daniels and Pickle again fighting. I think these two might be doing a bit of DRS sharing to keep ahead of the rest of the pack. Very, very nicely played by them, if that is what they're doing. It's what we like to see in DRS. And now Colin right up the gearbox of Swanton, going for a move around the outside into this corner. Swanton is going to defend it. Oh, very deep, and Colin makes his way through. Now, we've seen these two come together previously, Senna and Swanton. Let's hope for nothing of the same. But Swanton might have a really nice run on Colin here. Is he going to barge his way through? We did see it previously, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. But at least this time we're going to catch it on camera. And Senna making a very nice dive there. Looks very clean to me. And Senna taking back that P4. Colin dropping down the order. And under a bit of pressure from Joker, actually. Really, really under pressure now is Colin. That lack of DRS showing. And again, I think we're going to see Pickle and Jax swap positions with the DRS. It's good going. But let's watch this battle here. Simon and Joker now having a little bit of a battle. Simon blasting past in the V-carb. Racing up to the back of the Red Bull. But now Senna with a run on Swanton. What's the boy got? Senna makes it past. Lovely little move. Swanton tucks back in behind him. No fighting that there. And Senna up into the podium position, the overall podium position, as Swanton goes very wide there. Swanton almost touching the grass on the outside there, which has given him a bit of a bad run overall. But I don't think he's got any chance of lunging Senna here. No chance. No chance in hell. But, oh, and Smug and Joker trading positions there for a second. No movement down into here from what I can see. These guys in the middle really giving us some good overtaking here. Rogue Nico and Al Newt now fighting. A little bit of a love tap there as Al Newt folds behind him. Oh, and Nico has a big old tank slapper there. Nice of him to catch that. And good going. As we see, again, Jax and Pickle trading that DRS. And they're just pulling away. 3.5 seconds to the chasing pack. But they are having their battle, a battle of their own. As Swanton and Senna go side by side through there. Very nice racing. Senna might lose out 2 positions here. He could be very, very vulnerable. As he just manages to defend into there. Very nice defending from Senna, I'd say. And Rogue Nico might be off. Rogue Nico, yes, having an off and losing an end plate. So the Red Bull boy already with 3 seconds of penalties. We saw him overtaking just earlier this lap. But the fortunes can switch just that quickly. Now, Jax and Pickle doing their usual thing. I don't even think I need to look at it because they know what they're doing. But now, this is the exciting battle, the chase and pack. There seems to be no friendships here. No friends in once they're in the cars. As Swanton is dragging the rest of them around with that DRS. Let's see what Danny has got in store. And Senna wrapping around the outside. All the trailer park girls go around the outside, and so does Senna. Let's see. Is there any other movement that might happen here? Got Syme looking very close to the back of Colin. Joker having a little look up the inside, but nothing doing. And Smug Git still staying at the back of this train. DC actually has dropped off a little bit. And Al Newt has had an off as well. So the person that we saw getting overtaken by Rogue Nico now having that issue himself. It's not been a good one so far. Sainsy right at the back, really struggling after serving that 10-second penalty and changing his wing. And Pickle and Jax, ooh, very close there. Some DRS swapping, that wasn't what you want to see, and it's actually allowing Senna to catch up a little bit. Senna seems to be dragging the pack up. Colin getting a little bit wiggly through there, so it might be worth riding on board with him. And look at that, Syme all over the Red Bull. V-carb on Red Bull. It looks like Perez and Lawson. I apologise to Colin for calling him Perez. But, hey, he has on and off weeks. It's kind of similar. Let's see what's going to happen at the front here. Oh, Senna! Senna! No! I said he's got a bottle in him. I think I've probably said it about everyone. But no. Senna. My boy. My dear boy. As he loses a chunk of his wing. And that P3. Pushing very hard, and he's done all the work to get them within 2.2 seconds. Now Swanton has only a second to close up on Mr. Pickle. It's not what I wanted to see. Senna now pitting. Hopefully he's clicked the button to change his wing. Very close to the back of Swanton. It was Pickle there. Colin there. Sorry. What can I say? Now, let's see what's going to happen here? Is Swanton going to continue to close down on these two? I mean, they're just DRS trading, and it is working by the looks of it. Working very nicely. I'd imagine they've got big stores of DRS as well, if needed. Swanton not really seeming that challenged by the drivers behind him this lap. And no moves to be made. Again, Joker getting close to the back of Colin this time. And DC'd just in the background. Just in the background, waiting to see if anyone slips up. Talking about slip-ups, here is Senna. Could have an overtake on El Guerrero here. It's not the race that he was looking for, though. And I do feel bad for the lad. I think, yeah, they have changed his wing, but he's not going to be content with that. He's going to think of what he might have missed. What could have happened to the poor man. Now, let's see. Syme, again, very close to the back of Joker here. Syme really seems to be working the car nicely through this sector. So let's see what he's got. So you see El Guerrero actually put in the fastest lap there. I think we'll see Senna with that in just a couple of seconds, as El Guerrero also gets a time penalty. So someone forgot the track limits. As we see Joker go up the inside of Swanton there. Nicely done. And Swanton looking racy right back at him. Going, hey, this is my league, but also my position on track. As he actually takes the wing off of Joker. He moves into the braking path. That is not what we want to see from Swanton there. That might be a second incident, so a second penalty could be on his way here as he takes off Joker's end plate. Dear, oh dear, Mr. Alpine. What is happening today? And DC'd getting past Jax, who actually pits. Jax pitting. Loading the car up with sand, I've heard. No, I'm just going to make sure that that pit stop wasn't a front wing. No, it wasn't. Okay, cool. I was wondering if he had a little coming together with Pickle. But talking about Pickle... Oh, and we've got a Ferrari in trouble. It's Al Newt, but he manages to spin the car around. And Mr. Pickle will breathe a sigh of relief after seeing that. I believe Senna jumping up and grabbing the fastest lap there. Let's just check that one. Yes, Senna with the fastest lap of a 19.1 at the moment. DC'd with a 3-second time penalty. And is that again Al Newt in the wall? Yes, it is. He's lost his wing this time. And he's brought out a safety car. Pickle will be crying. Al Newt with a second spin on this lap. And Al Newt now straight lining a wall. It's not what we want to see in the league, mate. Really not. It's a bit pathetic, to be quite fucking honest. It's a bit pathetic. But hey, DC'd jumps back into the lead of the race. Actually. Stays out under the safety car on 16 lap old hards. Mr. Pickle in P2, and it looks like Pickle has the advantage. 2 people with 3-second penalties around him. So very, very nice there. Not really sure what made Al Newt feel like he needed to straight line a wall. And there we go, he's retired. To be quite honest, good riddance, Al Newt. That's shitty of you. Sorry, Blobby doesn't say it like that, but I do. But yeah, we see DC'd out in front. He's going to lead the safety car away in a couple of laps' time. So let's see what goes on. Other than that, let's actually look at tyres. That's a great idea. So we've got Colin, Syme and Smug all on softs. They're thinking the softs can go the distance. And I Would say they probably could, but in this position, I would go on to new mediums. I feel like those are the tyres, especially if you're battling down to the last lap. This actually allows Senna to get back into the top 10. So Senna will be thanking his lucky stars for that safety car. One person who might not be is Late Bloomer. Bloomer obviously having a good race from what I saw at least. And yeah, now we just wait for Sainsy to catch up. He'll have one more lap to do it, so I'm sure he'll manage it in that time. Mr. Pickle will be thinking of what might have been, but he's gonna have to get past D-Seed, who we've already seen have a little bit of a moment, and especially on these worn tyres, I think we could see some. We're gonna have to see a masterclass from D-Seed here for him to maintain this first place. We're really gonna have to see a masterclass against everybody else on fresh tyres. Mr. Pickle will be looking at this race and thinking, if only the safety car didn't come out, I could have stood a chance. But Al Newt had to go and straight line the wall, because that's what we do when things don't go our way in the game. We straight line the wall. Anyway, our Pro-Am leader, Jax Daniels, still in P3. Very nice run from him so far. Our next Pro-Am, I believe, is Project Ty and then Late Bloomer. So Late Bloomer, he made the alternate strategy work. Might have lucked in with this safety car, but P3 on the table, on the cards for him. P2, actually, with Project Ty's, what I assume is a 3-second penalty. Yes, it is. So, safety car in this lap as Sainsy catches the back of the field. He'll be one to watch as the boys bunch up a little bit here. As they always do, there's a little bit of bunching, but luckily no collisions as we saw last time. D-Seed taking an interesting line. I've not seen that method to warm your tyres up, but you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. As he now wiggles around, let's see if he keeps the safety of the speed consistent here. Really slows down here. And he's still keeping it very slow. The boys at the back will be struggling with this, and D-Seed is away. Pickle getting quite a nice run there, but I feel like there might be some people with better runs towards the back. Sainsy overtaking Nico, who actually pulls into the pit. Not sure what happened there. But D-Seed from Pickle, from Jax. Let's see. Does Pickle have it in him to get past D-Seed? If he can get the car between him and Jax, he'll be happy. That's for sure. Jax looking up the inside, Pickle closing that door, saying, "You're not getting up my inside right now, son. That ain't happening." And D-Seed actually pulling a bit of a gap so far. And Jax trying to keep up with with Pickle and D-Seed, but Pickle really seems to be burning the battery down here. Pause? I don't think so. We don't pause here. As Jax really close to Pickle, and Swanton looking up the inside of Jax now and rear ends Jax. Swanton saying, "I know I made you a Pro-Am, and I can make you a Pro-Am again." It's a third incident that we've seen for Swanton. I think we're going to see some real Stewart action here. That's what I'm hoping for. But what I'm going to say that was a friendly moment for Swanton to make sure that Pickle would win the race. That's what I see it as. It was an illegal move, yes, but a very kind one to make sure that Pickle won, as he rear ends Pickle. Swanton, the brake is on the left, mate. Brake's on the left. Just remember that. It's like slagging off your boss. apart from your boss is definitely going to watch this. Anyway, Pickle now looking for the move on D-Seed, and he makes it up the inside. Swanton actually squeezing through as well, and Swanton looking for a move on Pickle here. Pickle closing the door. Beautiful little bit of racecraft there, and Pickle will have the DRS here as we see D-Seed off into the wall. It's an end for D-Seed's night. It's yet another DNF. Pole to DNF twice, and we've got another safety car. With 5 laps to go, we've got another safety car. Who had that on their bingo card? Because I know that I didn't have 3 safety cars. Bit confirme. And no one... Oh, Swanton pitting. Is Swanton the only one that's going to pit? It'll be very interesting if he does. Yep, Swanton and Senna pitting. These two are really going to lose out. Let's see who's in the box. Sainsy, Swanton, Swanton swaps his front wing. That's fair enough. D-Seed leaves the session. Not D-Seed's day. And Senna. I think, is that all 3 of them needed a new front wing? I believe so. They're going to catch the safety car nice and quickly, and hopefully they can make a... Well... Penna? Penna. That's the one. Penna. Senna will probably make something in his race here. I believe in the man. He's had some good pace so far. Swanton, I think you might want to call it a day, buddy. It doesn't seem to be your day. There's 3 incidents now that I've... Well, 2 that I've seen. 1 that I've been told by the chat. So, might want to call it a day, mate. Might want to call it a day. But Mr. Pickle out in front, Colin behind on 4-lap old softs, and then Sime and Smug. Now, if this isn't a test of what Pickle can do, I don't know what is. These boys are going to be very fast and very, very aggressive. 3 of our DRS drivers are very, very quick pro DRS drivers behind Pickle here. And Joker and Project Ty, who's actually going to take that Pro-Am lead. Project Ty, the winner of last week as well, I believe, for the Pro-Ams. He seems to really like these little shuffles with the safety car. He's drawn a nice position there overall. Very, very nice position. Now, let me check something. Late Bloomer actually getting disconnected at... oh, that was during the... what's it called? During the start. Yeah, GG's DC'd. Got damage of being hit into the wall on entrance and smacked off and taken out. Chuck the clip in, mate. Chuck the clip in. I didn't see it. I saw you go flying off. And that was that. That was all I saw, unfortunately. At least what I was looking at. Might be some more evidence in the stream if you want to have a look. Okay. Like I said, DC'd our winner last... Or Project Ty, sorry, our winner last week. And then our next Pro-Am is Late Bloomer and 50 Gent. But Project Ty does have that 3-second penalty. Something that you guys need to stay aware of. Is that Pro-Am win could swing to Late Bloomer, 50, or Easy. Or Jax. If Jack... maybe not Jax, he's got a penalty. But I really hope these boys can keep it nice and consistent and clean. And hopefully they can draw that back. 50 Gent actually finishing second last week. So hopefully he can perform here and take some of those points back from Project Ty. And here we go. Pickle right on board with him for this start. Colin, Simon, Smug behind 3 of the people that he has battled with. three people that he has, I'd say, a rivalry with as he goes around the last corner. It's a nice restart from Pickle there, really glazing him because he told me to. He paid me quite a lot of money. It wasn't money, it was other services. As we see Jax Daniels slide up the inside of Easy Life. Jax on a mission here. Jax on an absolute mission, but someone else on a mission. Colin right behind Pickle. What does the Red Bull driver have left in those tyres? Is it enough to give Pickle a shake? Let's see. Pickle nicely blocking off that that inside line there. As Sainsy at this late stage, it's not been his race today. Picks up another 3-second penalty. Don't know how much I've been skipping words, but probably quite a lot. Let's see what Pickle has got for defence here. He's got a nice run around there, and he's actually pulled a little bit of time to Colin. That could be a saving grace here. And Pickle stays nicely in the middle of the track. Colin's going to go up the inside. Pickle holds it around the outside. Beautiful defending there from Pickle. The first of what I imagine will be many attacks from these boys behind, and he has fought it like a champ. I think we saw Smug in the background having a little scrap with Joker there. Joker on the mediums, so could this be a sign that our medium runners are actually going to have a little bit more oomph in those tyres towards the end? I think it might be. I'm hoping Easy Life gets a point. We've got to hope, but well, obviously he finishes in Pro-Am to get a point anyway, so as long as he finishes, he's fine. But yes, a P10 for Easy Life would be very nice. I'm sure he'd be very happy with that, as Pickle's actually pulling a bit of a gap from Colin here. Colin might not have a chance in this first DRS section, but we will have to see. Syme closing in behind, and Smug closing in even more. Syme probably looking a bit hungry for the win at this point. Syme thinking, this could be mine, Colin, if you got a move on, mate. This could be his. And we see, oh, Jax Daniels has had another moment in a race full of wobbles for him, qualifying P3, but it looks like he's going to finish down at the bottom. Just like, oh, okay. Anyway, Syme now getting past Colin. Colin touches the grass on the penultimate, on the exit of the penultimate corner. As we go onto the final lap here, this looks like it could be made in stone for Pickle. But the podium is very, very uncertain at the moment. Very uncertain indeed. It's going to be a very exciting one. And there we go. Joker and Smug already squabbling here. We'll ride on board with Joker as Sloth actually, I believe Sloth spins. Something like that. And now we see Joker. No penalties so far, and he really did push the boundaries there. Smug is going to give him the big old squeeze through there, but I think Joker might make it past here. Around the outside goes Joker. And Joker makes it stick. Very, very nice job there from Joker. But does Smug have enough to come back at him? I think he might. I think he might. No. Smug doesn't send it up the inside. Takes it very nice and easy there. Now, the one person that we need to ride on board with is Mr. Pickle, as he fights off Colin. And Mr. Pickle wins the Australian Grand Prix from Colin with fastest lap. Syme, Joker, Smug, and now Project Ty, who gets jumped by Late Bloomer and 50. So Late Bloomer, our Pro-Am winner, 50 gents second, and Project Ty finishing in third. What a race there from the boys, and a joy to commentate. If they'll have me back after the amount of shit I've, said, we'll see. But if Blobby's ever away, I'll most likely be available. A great race there from our winner, Pickle. I'm going to ask Pickle if he has time for an interview. Because I can. It's my stream. I'm taking over, bitch. There we go. A very, very nice win there for Pickle. He'll be excited by that. Said going into this that he wanted to win it, and he's gone and done it. Congratulations to Mr. Pickle. Colin picking up the fastest lap there as well. Good stuff there. Fuck off, your shy Pickle. Get your ass in here. Let's see if we can get the race winner in here. You're not actually going to be able to hear him anyway, but it doesn't look like our race winner is picking up. Obviously too busy celebrating with his team. But that is the DRS race. Yeah, very, very awkward. Little what's it called? Cricket sounds going on here. And he says do it again. Mr. Pickle, our winner. Congratulations.
Sweating like a paedophile in the playground, mate.
And that is all Pickle has for today. Well, thank you very much, sir. And goodbye, everybody else.
Fuck it, though.
Hey, thank you very much for all showing up. That's going to be the stream. Goodbye. Run the thing. Run the thing. Run the thing. Run the